So, why is it important to have feedback, whether it's in personal life or at work? Why do you think feedback is important? In this video, I'm going to go over some of the things that feedback really makes a person happy, or sometimes feedback gives such a negative impression that the individual who you spoke to feels really kind of downhill and depressed. So, let me show you in this video why is it important to have a feedback culture at work or even in a home as well. Keep watching this video. So, what is feedback? Feedback is when you say to someone, "Hey, thank you so much. You did an amazing job when you were delivering the project. You, as a Scrum Master, did an amazing job, and the way you handled the team dynamics, the conflicts, it really helped the team to stay focused." And so that's a positive feedback, and you can use that to make yourself better next time. You can also use the feedback to, as a continuous improvement, and also it really makes you feel good. Honestly, having feedback from somebody, it always makes you feel good. And as a ritual in my career, I have always made an effort to, even smallest thing, I would give feedback to my colleague, to managers, to my direct reports. It really makes individuals, as human beings, we like to know how we do in our environment. So giving feedback is very important. So try to make a habit to give feedback to your colleagues. Doesn't matter how small it may be, and if it's a constructive feedback, it really helps the individual. Now, what happens when the feedback is negative? You may hesitate to give the negative feedback, but sometimes I also ask the individuals to say, "Do you have any feedback for me?" Doesn't matter positive or negative. I'm okay to understand that. And what happens is that the individual will give you the negative feedback because you said that you don't mind receiving that. So what happens when you get negative feedback from your colleague? Do you get upset? And you would get upset if it's not that great, and you thought you did a good job, but they give you negative feedback. So how do you handle negative feedback? And I would say, don't take it personally. It is a constructive feedback, and think of it as a constructive feedback, and try to see how you can make it better next time. Because no one out there should be malice enough to make it difficult for someone just for the sake of it, even if it's not true. So those who give feedback is generally like a true friends and giving you good feedback. So if it's not the case, then don't bother taking that seriously. But if it is, then take it seriously and give yourself time to reflect and say, well, what could have done better? Is they recommend something, you should try that, and so therefore you address that negative feedback. So think of negative feedback as a constructive feedback and not take it personally. And also, if you are in an organization or in a team that people don't really give feedback, they keep it to themselves, try to promote that culture to say, hey, it's okay to give feedback to your colleagues about how well they've done. And I do this through my retrospectives as a Scrum Master. I make sure that people give kudos to those who did good for each other. They call themselves and say thank you to each other. I made sure that people give feedback, and every now and again, the team would just say, "Hey, I want to give a shout out to you for being a great leader as a Scrum Master. You really helped us to organize ourselves." And I used to get really appreciative with that, because I'm tapping on a live with the people who are saying thank you to whomever, and suddenly it turned on to me, and I'm saying, "Oh, thank you to me," because the team has said I've done a good job. So I also felt really, really well, but I didn't expect that from the team, and I always felt good when they did that. And I was, encouraged everybody to give feedback. And as a manager at an organization, you're always sending feedback to your direct reports so that they know how well they're doing. And if there's something they need to take care of, they do that because you give them feedback. So it is a good thing to promote feedback culture in your organization. If you're an authority to do that, make it happen. If it's just a colleague, then just give each other kudos and high five, and have coffee with each other. End of the day, you want to promote this kind of culture. So I hope this video encourages you to give feedback, no matter how small, to your colleagues. At the same time, don't hold back negative feedback. If it's going to help somebody, go ahead and say it. But before you say it, you can say, "Look, I'm going to say something, and I hope you don't take it personally. But I feel this could be something you can work on, and it'll make you really good next time." So give everybody feedback, and be prepared to get feedback for yourself as well. Until next time, take care.